you, Raven, for emceeing the event. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Thank you very much for participating in this event, promoting the largest trade fairs in China, the Canton Fair and CIIE. First and foremost, I would like to thank my co-organizer, Claire Shaw, of the City of Shanghai Business and Investment Office in Los Angeles. My gratitude goes to the Canton Fair International Affairs Department and China Import-Export for entrusting us to develop and conduct this conference. Further thanks go to the Port of Los Angeles and Marisela Caballero and Abigail Flores for their continued support over the years and the sponsorship of the breakfast. My sincere appreciation to China Southern, the premier airline of China and the only direct carrier between Los Angeles and Guangzhou, for sponsoring one premier class round-trip tickets. Drawing will take place at the end of the conference. I would like to acknowledge Ms. Christine Peterson, Director of the International Trade Office, and Ms. Ann Tran, Executive Officer of Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass, for their continuous work in promoting international trade through the Canton Fair, CIIE, and many other exhibits and trade delegations, some of which I was part in the past. We hope to continue such cooperation for the benefit of the Los Angeles companies looking to do business in China. Many thanks to Zaya Alipay for their support and sponsorship. Our thanks go to Bank of China for their supporting role in providing this facility for the conference. My thanks to Global Chamber and Don Roki for their help and sponsorship. I cannot conclude without my appreciation for the tremendous support of the Los Angeles Chinese Consulate, Mr. Gao Xiaochuan, new Consul General of the People's Republic of China, and Ms. Zhang Xian, Economic Counsel, that has been constantly working with me for the success of this event.
Now I would like to invite Ann Tran, Executive Officer of Los Angeles Mayor's Office of International Affairs.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Ann Tran. I'm the Executive Officer in the Los Angeles Mayor's Office of International Affairs. It's an honor to join you all today on behalf of the City of Los Angeles. First and foremost, I'd like to just take a moment to acknowledge and thank some of the folks here today. I'd like to thank the team at the Consulate General of the People's Republic of China. I'd also like to thank Vladdy, our wonderful host, for organizing, as well as Claire Shao from the Shanghai Foreign Investment Development Board. Thanks for your time and effort in organizing everybody here today. And then I wanted to just talk a little bit about LA and China's cooperation. So LA is home to many diverse communities, including a large Chinese community. And we recognize the important role the Chinese American community plays here in the city of Los Angeles. From the very beginning, when LA served as a historic gateway for many Chinese American families, to today as home of the largest population of ethnic Chinese in the US. Los Angeles also has a tradition of cooperation with Chinese cities and the people of China. LA and Shanghai are two of the most populous cities in the Pacific Rim, with a long history of urban innovation that inspires one another and other major cities. Los Angeles and Shanghai are also the center of very vibrant economies. Our ports are also long-time collaborators with track records of success. With the help of C40, our ports have been partnering to decarbonize supply chains that connect our companies and consumers, with a focus on the trade route and port operations, and we are very supportive of that climate cooperation. I'm also excited to share that the LA-Shanghai Green Shipping Corridor Implementation Plan will be released later this week. In LA, we continue to experience innovation and excitement across many industries, from sports to public transportation to manufacturing. Last year, Los Angeles hosted the most successful Super Bowl in the history of the sport at SoFi Stadium. And we're preparing to welcome the world to LA for both the FIFA World Cup in 2026 and the Olympic and Paralympic Games in 2028. So we'll be very busy the next few years preparing for both. We've made progress in building our rail lines. We've added the K line, which we are continuing construction on a new metro line to West LA and through the San Gabriel Valley. Altogether, LA has the largest transportation investment program in the entire country. LA also continues to be the largest manufacturing hub in the nation in sectors including transportation equipment, apparel, electronics, food products, fabricated metal products. Products that are made here adhere to the highest labor and environmental standards and are of unparalleled quality. We're proud to welcome students from China to our colleges and universities. We have over 180 colleges and universities in the LA area, and more top colleges and universities than any other US city. Many of the largest foreign-owned companies in LA County are Chinese. We have Riot Games, Legendary Entertainment, we have Air China, and Tencent. China remains one of the largest source of FDI within LA County. And then on a personal note, I'm also very excited to be able to travel to Shanghai for the third Sister Cities Cooperation Forum later this year. And it'll be my first time there, so I'm very excited to see what Shanghai has to offer. I've heard fantastic things, so I'm very excited about that. And lastly, I just want to wish you all a great success at the upcoming Canton Fair and the CIIE, and the Los Angeles Mayor's Office is here to support, so feel free to reach out. Thanks so much.
Now I would like to invite Consulate General of the People's Republic of China in Los Angeles, Zhang Jian, Commercial Counsel.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me a great pleasure to attend today's event. I'm so happy, so nice to see so many friends, old and new. Ms. Anne Chen, thank you for your remarks, and thanks to the support from Mayor's Office. Valadi and Claire and all the sponsors really appreciate your great efforts and input, which make this event happen. Dear friends, on behalf of the Chinese Consulate General, today I would like to take this opportunity to cordially invite you to visit China. Go to China, you will see an open China. First, I strongly encourage you to attend the Canton Fair and the CIIE. Canton Fair, China Import and Export Fair, held every spring and autumn in Guangzhou since 1957. It's the largest international trade event with the longest history in China. At this autumn's 134th Canton Fair, approximately 24,000 exhibitors will display more than 150,000 categories of products for over 200,000 international buyers. CIIE, China International Import-Export, held every November since 2018. It's a world first national level trade show promoting import from all over the world. Over 200,000 visitors and more than 3,000 exhibitors are expected for this year's event. These two large trade shows are not only a platform for participants to explore business opportunities and strengthen cooperation. It's also it's also a stage to show China's determination to pursue high-level opening up. So after attending the Canton Fair and the CIIE, I believe you can make your own conclusion that the China store will not be closed, but will open wider and wider. Go to China, you will see a promising China. This year, China's economy continues to recover and grow. Our GDP expanded 5.5% for the first half of this year, outpacing most major economies. Consumption is rebounding. For example, some more than 500 million Chinese went to movies this summer, more than the US population. And the foreign trade remains resilient. China continues to take up 14% of the global export market. FDI into China keeps growing. Some 24,000 new foreign firms were established in China, up by 35.7% year over year. Half of Tesla's global deliveries came from its Shanghai factory last year, which rolls out one EV every 40 seconds on average. And don't forget, China's middle income group, more than 400 million people now, is on a path to exceed 800 million by 2035. So as a world factory and a world market with strong resilience and ample potential, the fundamentals sustaining China's economic growth in the long run stay unchanged. China's development will bring more opportunities to the rest of the world. Go to China, you will see a lovely China. China remains one of the safest countries in the world, as it has long among nations with the lowest crime rates. The Chinese people are kind and hospitable. We love peace, never seek aggression and expansion. We are working hard to pursue a better life. You will discover that the Chinese people and the American people share more common values than differences. In China, there are many incredible scenic spots, from beautiful mountains to sparkling rivers and historical buildings. Of course, Chinese food are also very attractive. You are all very familiar with the Peking roasted duck, hot pot, dianxun, Shanghai 小笼包. And there are a wide variety of mouth-watering local specialty food that you could only taste in China. So I bet you will love them. Your good news is that recently, China has resumed group tours to the United States, and the two sides have agreed to increase passenger flights. And for more tourist information about China, feel free to contact Mr. Wu Dawei, the director of the China National Tourist Office in Los Angeles. Where is Mr. Wu? Please stand up so that everybody. Okay. And just now, some friends told me that they would like to go to China, but they haven't been to China. So I would say, don't hesitate. Pack your bags to see a China as it is. The Chinese Consulate General in Los Angeles is willing to offer our assistance and support. Another exciting news is the visa application forms for foreigners travel to China has been simplified, and the new version of the forms was just launched online yesterday. So furthermore, if you are going to attend the Canton Fair and the CIIE, we will provide green lane for your visa application. Valari asked me, will there be a green carpet on the on the visa meeting room? There won't be a green carpet, but the green lane means You don't need to make appointment, and you don't need to wait in a line to submit your visa application forms. So please go to China, and we look forward the story about your trip to China. Thank you, everyone, and I wish today's event a great success.
Thank you, John. Now I'd like to invite Bank of China Branch Manager, Mr. Li Peng.
Okay, thanks. Good morning, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great honor to join you here today and at the China Expo Import Investment Environment 2023 conference and the promotion of the 6th CIE and the 134 Canton Fair. On behalf of Bank of China USA, and I wish to extend my cordial greetings to all the guests and my appreciation to our organizers for this event. So next, I would like to share some remarks from a bank perspective. As the world's largest two economies, China and the US continue to have significant economics and trade relationships that have brought mutual benefits to each other. However, despite various challenges in recent years, China and the US maintained substantial economic and trade cooperations, which have helped stabilize the global economy. According to the data from the General Administration of Customer of China, China-US total trade volume reached 760 billion in 2022, growing steadily year over year and making the US the third largest trading partner of China. So in my role of the bank, I also have traveled across the US market and had a lot of meetings with my customer and with some business people. I had to come to the same conclusion that US companies will continue to prioritize the China market with enthusiasm and optimism, irrespective of current China-US trade frictions. So definitely, CIE and Canton Fair will be the best choice. On the backdrop of post-pandemic era and global economic recovery with rising demand in global supply chain, the CIE and Canton Fair will continue to demonstrate China's willingness to further open up its market and welcome foreign companies to explore new opportunities. So Bank of China is the most important financial strategic partner of the CIE and Canton Fair. We have been brought to accompany CIE along this journey, I think from 6 years ago. So since the first CIE BOC group have been committed to providing comprehensive services and including support from roadshow, one-by-one matchmaking services, on-site financial and translation services, and so much more. So meanwhile, Bank of China also have been committed to continuously to serving Canton Fair for over 60 years, I think. So Bank of China USA opened up business around 40 years ago. So we have always been a leading voice and a keen promoter of China-US economic exchange and trade, with deep roots and a strong track record for success in the US market. So additionally, Bank of China USA will continue to provide professional, efficient, and high-quality services to support our clients to participate in these great to export events. So we sincerely believe the CIE and the Canton Fair will once again prove to be remarkable bridge building events for US companies to refresh their understanding of the Chinese market after pandemic and to bring global business of a community closer together for corporations and win-win outcomes. Bank of China stands by these principles and would be more than happy to facilitate the goal to that end. And we would like to congratulate all participants for your tremendous efforts and success in your new journey with CIA and the Canton Fair. And we believe the two coming events will be another great success. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lee. Now I would like to invite Shanghai Business Investment, Claire Shao, Chief Representative of Shanghai Foreign Investment, Board of the LA Office.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, let me take put the presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to start by expressing my sincere gratitude to Vladi for your dedicated efforts in organizing today's China-themed event. And I also want to express our deep appreciation to the Commission Office of Chinese Consulator General for your unwavering recognition, concern, and support for this event. And thank you, Bank of China, for offering such a wonderful venue for this event. And Ellie Porter, Ellie Pei, and all of our sponsors for your contribution. Most importantly, I want to appreciate our esteemed guests for your coming, for your presence here. With your collective support, I'm sure today's event will be a success. Thank you all for being here and granting me the opportunity to present Shanghai, China's vibrant metropolis, and referred to as the Magic City, a gateway of global companies to enter the Chinese market. Shanghai boasts a unique geographic position at the gateway of China, standing at the mouth of China's most vital river, the Yangtze River, with the vast delta and the expansive hinterland behind it. Facing both the Pacific Ocean and the rest of the world, it is a place where Western and the Eastern culture come together. This has given birth to a city spirit that embraces diversity, openness, innovation, and inclusiveness. China has not only the biggest economic center, but also the core city of the world-class city cluster in Yangtze River Delta. And China has become a key barometer of China's economy and a significant window for foreigners to observe China's progress. In 2022, the city have achieved a total GDP of $660 billion US, ranking as the sixth largest city globally, following only New York, Los Angeles, Tokyo, Paris, and London. Per capita GDP is $26,700 US, reaching the level of upper middle income countries. Shanghai is a city of boundless vitality where global resources and the elements more come together. It has essentially established itself as an international hub for economics, finance, trade, and shipping. The total transaction volume in the financial markets reached nearly 300 trillion RMB. I would especially like to highlight Shanghai's achievement as an international harbor, ranking #1 in the world for annual container throughput in the past 13 years. The port's import and export value accounts for 3.6% of the global trade, securing its position as the world's leading city in this regard. Meanwhile, the uh, the Port of Los Angeles has consistently been the busiest container porter on the other side of Ocean Pacific, with China as its largest trading partner in terms of cargo volume. Today I just met a friend from Brazil here. Yeah, he told me that the cargo from China to Brazil, mostly starting from Shanghai to here Los Angeles, then trucking to the Miami, and finally through the Panama Canal to Brazil. That can offer a cheaper cost. So that underscores the significance of the Trans-Pacific corridor, which is the most busy container shipping route in the world, which bears witnessing the the trade ties between Shanghai and Los Angeles. Shanghai's reputation as an international metropolis owes much to foreign investment. Shanghai is a home to over 3.28 million market entities, with more than 60,000 foreign-funded companies thriving in the city. Among them, more than 900 are regional headquarters of multinational corporations, solidifying Shanghai's reputation as a top choice for foreign investors. These foreign invested companies in Shanghai have significantly contributed to the city's economic growth, accounting for over a quarter of its GDP, one-third of tax revenue, two-thirds of import and export goods, and it is also offering one-fifth of their employment opportunities. Foreign invested companies have not only contributed to Shanghai's economy, but also played a pivotal role in driving innovation with the establishment of more than 500 foreign-funded research and development centers. Shanghai takes pride in gathering many cutting-edge innovation platforms. There are 88 national-level research institutions, over 22,000 high-end enterprises, and 64 colleges and universities, as well as a multitude of incubators and accelerators. This thriving innovation ecosystem in Shanghai attracts leading scientists, millions of university students, and hosts a significant portion of China's talent pool in critical fields, including 5G researchers, integrated circuit specialists, and artificial intelligence experts. We allocate about 4.2% of our city's GDP to R&D. We are currently witnessing the emergence of groundbreaking accomplishments. These include the development of revolutionary medication for Alzheimer's treatment and the establishment of a pioneering 10-pentawatt laser amplification system. Moreover, we take pride in introducing the proton therapy equipment. These achievements are evidence of the dedication and outlook of our dynamic city. Shanghai is a capital city with over 180,000 foreigners employed. It has been consistently named as the most attractive Chinese cities for foreigners for 11 consecutive years. With a focus on building itself into an international consumer hub, Shanghai has the establishment of nearly 5,000 various types of first store. These encompass a wide array of inaugural showcases, premieres, exhibitions, and performances, each competing for the spotlight. Most notably, Shanghai has the highest number of coffee shops in the world, including the largest Starbucks roasteries globally. In addition to these accomplishments, we are proud to have more than 1,000 open historic buildings, 150 museums, 96 art galleries, and 86 new performing arts spaces gathered throughout the city, showcase Shanghai's rich cultural legacy to the arts. Our architectural landscape is incredibly diverse, featuring towering skyscrapers, charming old Western-style houses shaded by plane trees, and idyllic homes settled in the small bridges and the flowing waters of Chinese ancient sea towns, like the picture here. The quality of life as evidently at every turn. Shanghai boasts a highly efficient transportation network with direct flights connecting over 300 cities in 50 countries. Our metro system, with a total operating length of 831 kilometers, remains the world's largest. The city will have more than 1,000 public parks, making it more walkable, suitable for leisure life. The city's meticulous governance continues to improve, and Shanghai consistently ranks among the safest and the most resilient cities in the world. Looking to Shanghai's future, we envision a city that continues to thrive and evolve. Our commitment to high-level, all-rounded opening up will continue to be driving force for further growth and development. Embracing global openness is not just a fundamental national policy of China, but also the cornerstone of Shanghai's growth and success. We are accelerating the construction of a modernized economic system. Our focus is on enhancing the resilience of industrial and supply chains while thriving to critical transformations, digitalization, and the green low-carbon transition. We are placing significant emphasis on the development of three leading industries, namely integrated circuits, biopharmaceuticals, and artificial intelligence, as well as six key industries: electronic information, life science and health, automotive, high-end equipment, advanced materials, and fashionable consumer goods. Additionally, we are actively building a national level data exchange and an international data port. We know a favorable business environment is a vital component of our core competitiveness. Shanghai been diligently implementing 5 consecutive editions of business environment reforms plans over the past 5 years, and we are currently executing the 6.0 version. Our commitment is unwavering in building a top-tier business environment that is market-driven, rule-based, and global integrated. We aim to create a comprehensive service ecosystem that caters a business throughout their entire life cycle. As we navigate the path ahead, we anticipate even greater international collaboration and cooperation, fostering a dynamic environment for trade and investment exchange. Shanghai's unwavering dedication to its role as a global player will undoubtedly lead to a future filled with boundless opportunities and achievements. Together, we will shape a Shanghai that remains the forefront of global progress. Finally, let's look at how international business in Shanghai doing business.
Can it be louder? Can it be?
That's the
It's about
loudest.
here. Okay, that's fine. Maybe if you put it this way.
Provide internet service to help build a smarter and greener Shanghai. From achieving the carbon emissions to enhancing the city living, and from making the digital transformation to creating space to support innovation and research.
I came first to Shanghai in '98, and I still remember looking from the Bund to Pudong and seeing only a few buildings, and I couldn't imagine that Pudong would develop so quickly into a mega city with such presence. Shanghai. Right now, we are definitely lucky about the fact that we are in Shanghai, and our intention is to continue to channel and likely intensify our investments in Shanghai technologies that could help us this year in Shanghai. As a lifestyle company, by its purpose of Science for Better Life and vision of health for all, hunger for none, are closely in line with the Chinese national goal of helping China 2030 and green revitalization. I is committed to China and will continue to invest in China and in Shanghai. Demonstrate parades, design reactions that make the world a better place and also catalyze a vibrant future. We see, like ourselves in the city, will continue to thrive in the city for the city.
Shines light industries, diversified and full of possibilities. You can be the best, you can be here. Right now, we are looking for more opportunities.
We're proud to contribute to the development, shape the skyline of our city, and I believe the government of Shanghai has done a great job with this. The creative industry is full of vigor and vitality. Use your imagination, and the city of Shanghai will support you.
Shanghai is home and headquarters for Novartis in China, and it's also the center for our largest research and development in the country. At Novartis, we are honored and privileged to be able to plant roots here and reimagine medicines with China.
Our mission at the LEGO Group is to inspire and develop the builders of tomorrow. We're here in our Shanghai office. The city's full of imagination and creativity. Here, intellectual property is becoming more and more respected and protected, which encourages us to innovate broadly in our designs and continue our plan to invest wisely in China.
Hi, I work for AXA. AXA is one of the largest insurance companies in the world, and we're very happy to be based here in Shanghai because it's such an exciting and vibrant place to do business and to live.
Britannica International creates an inclusive, constructive, and happy environment for our children, exactly like what Shanghai has provided us over the years.
Technology is constantly evolving and shaping our lives for the better. We keep pushing the boundaries of innovation in Shanghai and enable our customers' success.
When you look at all these satellite towns, these satellite towns are so well equipped. It's not just a place where you've got houses to house the people, put the people inside. It has got life inside.
My Shanghai story started in 1987 when I studied at Fudan University. Today, we manufacture furniture for the whole world. We ship more than 1,000 containers a month. The government's quality, service, and health has always been really good, and I feel really safe and warm in Shanghai.
So, how do you like it here?
Yeah, Shanghai.
Yay, Shanghai!
Yay,
Shanghai!
Thank you for watching. Next, let's shift our focus to a remarkable trade show in Shanghai, the China International Import Expo, CIIE. It has been highly successful in the past 5 sessions since 2018. This event represents the efforts by China to open its market to the world, affirming the nation's dedication to global engagement. The choice of Shanghai as the host city for the CIIE is particularly significant because Shanghai embodies China's spirit of reform, innovation, and internationalization. CIE Bureau attaches great importance to our event today and has prepared a special video to introduce the upcoming 6th CIIE. Please take a look at the screen.
Thank you all for gathering here today. This is Carol Hu from CIE Bureau, and it's my pleasure to introduce CIE to all of you. The China International Import Expo is personally planned, proposed, deployed, and promoted by President Xi Jinping. In May 2017, the President Xi Jinping announced that China will hold the China International Import Expo from 2018. This is a major move by China to actively open its market to the world, and is China's unequivocal attitude of insisting on expanding opening up. Over the past 5+ years, the CIIE has been held successfully, with 51 heads of state and government participating and 131 countries' international organizations showcasing and promoting their national image on the platform. 187 and 8 countries, including 120 developing countries, have participated in the CIIE, with a total intended transaction volume of nearly $350 billion. CIIE consists of 4 parts: national exhibitions, enterprise exhibition, Hongqiao International Economic Forum, and professional support and cultural exchange activities. Based on the preparation progress of the 6th CIIE, our focus on introducing the Enterprise Business Exhibition. The 6th CIIE's Enterprise Business Exhibition is planned to cover 360,000 square meters. Exhibitors and exhibits are all from overseas. There are 6 exhibition areas: food and agricultural products, automobile, intelligent industry and information technology, consumer goods, medical equipment and healthcare products, and trading services. On the other hand, exhibitions are organized professionally. Each of the 6 exhibition areas is an independent professional exhibition, and the layout of the area is continuously improved to elevate the professional level. During the first CIIE, some of the world's top 500 leading companies collectively initiated and established an exhibitor alliance to build a platform for exhibitors to exchange and cooperate and promote China foreign economic and trade exchanges. We have established 15 professional companies under the exhibition alliance to further increase professional discussions and exchanges in the industry. Next, I would like to focus on the food and agricultural products exhibition area. There are 4 major grain merchants and 3 major seed companies in the world. Every year, thousands of companies from more than 100 countries and regions participate in the exhibition, which is also the most concentrated exhibition area for U.S. companies. The exhibits in the 6th CIIE Food and Agricultural Products exhibition area cover dairy products, fruits, vegetables, and agricultural products, snacks, foods, beverages and alcohol, meat, frozen aquatic products, comprehensive foods, etc., and special areas for dairy products, agricultural products, and crop seed industry have been set up. In the automobile exhibition area, the top 15 automobile companies in the global brand value have participated in the exhibition, especially GM. GM builds platform for imported cars in the Korean field and introduces a variety of online celebrity cars into the China market.
In the technological equipment exhibition area, there were three major mining giants and top 10 industrial electrical companies participating in the exhibition. In the consumer goods exhibition area, there are three major fashion giants in the world, three major auction houses, and 10 major cosmetic brands participating in the exhibition. In the medical equipment and healthcare exhibition area, there are 15 pharmaceutical giants and 10 medical equipment enterprises participating in the exhibition. For instance, Sanofi. One of the Sanofi's medicines, Darbitol, made its debut at the first CIE in November 2018 and was approved in June 2020. Its approval was accelerated to market 2 years earlier than originally planned. At the same time, it took only 25 days from approval to hospital supply, which is a new record in terms of the speed of biologics launch on the market in China. In the third-race trade exhibition area, there are three major express delivery companies in the world and four major accounting firms participating in the exhibition. In addition, we'll continue to set up and expand the innovation incubation exhibition area this year, with no limit on the field of scale. As long as you are innovative and strong in technology, you're welcome to come to the exhibition and connect. At this year's 6th CIE, we will continue to hold industry seminars, award selections, etc. to create an incubation ecosystem. We released more than 2,000 initial products and technical services on the spot and held more than 240 new product launches with a total of 80 million viewers via online and offline platforms. The various activities of CIE are high standard, authoritative, and influential. The CIE serves as a bridge for exhibitors to communicate with the Chinese government and industry organizations, and better provides an opportunity platform for exhibitors to invest and start businesses. Procurement matching is more effective. We increase the strength and precision of initially inviting professional audiences, inviting buyers who exhibitors want to meet through more channels shows full sincerity and improves transaction efficiency. So far, 8 batches of purchasing intentions have been released, covering 727 products in all exhibition areas. With high media attention, it is an important platform to polish the corporate image. Thousands of Chinese and foreign journalists interview and report every year, making CIE an excellent platform for exhibitors to enhance brand awareness. A number of support policies, such as tax incentives, facilitated custom clearance, and market access, make it easier for exhibitors to participate and for exhibitors to become companies. According to the participation of CIE, the US ranks first in terms of exhibition area. A number of well-known US companies all participate in the exhibition with exhibits covering all 6 exhibition areas. Here you can see pictures of Cargill, Dow, Ford, Nike, Dun Bradstreet, Johnson & Johnson, etc. Thank you for listening. Once again, we sincerely invite U.S. enterprises to actively sign up for the 7th CIE and invite U.S. business and associations and exhibition organizations to conduct cooperation and negotiation, so as to let the information of CIE reach more local enterprises. You can scan the QR code on the screen to get more information. Also, I would like to say I look forward to meeting you in Shanghai in this November for the 6th CIE. Welcome to your visit. Thank you.
Thank you, Claire, for your presentation. Now I would like to reintroduce Vladdy, who will be leading the Canton Fair presentation.
Thank you, Claire. It was a wonderful presentation of Shanghai. And looking forward to be there in about a month and a few weeks. First, talking about the Canton Fair, would like to show the Canton Fair promo video, and after that I'll talk about.
China Import and Export Fair, also known as the Canton Fair, was established in the spring of 1957 and is held every spring and autumn in Guangzhou, China. The Canton Fair is co-hosted by the Ministry of Commerce of PRC and the People's Government of Guangdong Province and organized by China Foreign Trade Center as a comprehensive international trading event with the longest history, the largest scale, the most complete exhibit variety, the largest buyer attendance, the most diverse buyer source country, the greatest business turnover, and the best reputation in China. The Canton Fair is hailed as China's #1 fair. Since its inception 67 years ago, the Canton Fair has never been suspended. It has made significant contribution to facilitating international trade, connection between domestic and international markets, China's opening up on all fronts, and economic and social development. It is regarded by Chinese and international friends as a bond of friendship and a bridge for trade. In 2023, China, embarking on a new journey, will steadily promote high-quality development and open its doors wider to bring new vitality to global economic growth as a vital window of China's opening up and a platform for foreign trade. Canton Fair upholds reform and innovation and creates new business opportunities for trade cooperation in the global business community. In October, the 134th Canton Fair will be held in 3 phases, from October 15th to November 4th as scheduled, with a total exhibition area of 1.55 million square meters, reaching a new high. In this session, themed promoting domestic and international circulation, nearly 30,000 excellent Chinese and international enterprises will participate with a large number of high-quality products, which would make the Canton Fair a one-stop trading platform featuring complete exhibit variety, high-quality goods with reasonable prices, and convenient, efficient, and reliable services for global buyers. Canton Fair's National Pavilion sets up 55 specialized sections since the 134th session. According to the changing demand of the international market, the Canton Fair will optimize its exhibition structure and adjust some exhibition sections. First, loading and decorative materials and sanitary and bathroom equipment will be rescheduled for phase 2. Toys, maternity, baby and children products, pet products and food, personal care products, and toiletries will be rescheduled for phase 3. Second, construction and agriculture machinery will be divided into construction machinery and agricultural machinery. Third, chemical products will be renamed new materials and chemical products. New energy and intelligent connected vehicles will be renamed new energy vehicles and smart mobility. The Canton Fair optimizes exhibition structure, which has enriched industry categories to better display and promote the whole industrial chain and supply chain and boost emerging industries. Moreover, associated exhibition sections are integrated to improve Canton Fair's specialization and facilitate one-stop sourcing for buyers. The Canton Fair facilitates global businesses to sell to and buy from the world, thus benefiting the world. The International Pavilion will be set up in all 3 phases. Domestic and international exhibitors of key categories will be selected and display products according to industries to pursue integrated development. Advanced Manufacturing and Quality Products from Belt and Road Countries, or CEP member states, as well as developed economies, will enter the Chinese market through the fast track built by Canton Fair and share global business opportunities. In addition to running successful on-site exhibition, the Canton Fair operates its online platform around the clock to provide 24/7 online services for exhibitors and buyers. Canton Fair's digitalization promotes innovative trade development and makes contribution to stabilizing the scale and optimizing the structure of China's foreign trade. The Canton Fair online platform brings together nearly 30,000 high-quality enterprises and more than 3 million exhibits accessible on PC and mobile devices. Product display, hosting sourcing requests, matchmaking between exhibitors and buyers, online negotiation, and other related services are provided on this platform. For the 134th Canton Fair, the online platform has upgraded instant communication function to strengthen exhibitor-buyer matchmaking. The newly added business opportunity management function and improved business card management function enable global exhibitors and buyers seek business partners at their fingertips, thus improving the efficiency of attendance and sourcing. The 134th Canton Fair will use a brand new international convention center, focusing on industry development trends, hot market topics, and enterprise demands. Various industry forums will be held, providing a platform for information exchange, experience sharing, extensive cooperation, and common development for exhibitors and buyers. In addition, Trade Bridge Canton Fair global matchmaking events, new product release activities, jewel circulation promotion events, Canton Fair Design Award, and various trade promotion events will be staged to ensure fruitful outcomes for exhibitors and buyers at Canton Fair. The 134th Canton Fair will work with more than 200 trade service organizations to provide enterprises with finance and insurance, logistics and warehousing, testing and certification, cross-border e-commerce, and other trade facilitation services to integrate the whole chain of international trade. To facilitate the attendance of global exhibitors and buyers, the 134 Canton Fair will comprehensively improve its exhibition services, pre-registration and badge application at alternative registration offices in advance, enable overseas buyers to apply for badges at airports and designated hotels, to enjoy quick entry and convenient attendance. Pazhou Ferry Terminal adjacent to Canton Fair Complex will provide visa on arrival service to facilitate the travel of exhibitors and buyers. The Canton Fair, a bridge for trade, welcomes guests from all over the world, gathers business opportunities, and promotes global cooperation. From October 15th to November 4th, we look forward to your visit to Guangzhou, China.
That was a wonderful video, and actually from 134 sessions, I took part in almost 60 of them. Running twice a year for about 30 years. You can imagine how many times I've been there. Despite the global economic challenges of recent years, China remains the world manufacturing leader. Some international corporations may be choosing to move parts of their operations to other regions. However, China is still #1 destination for those companies seeking to turn their concepts and visions into tangible products. China's skilled labor force, superior infrastructure, expertise in manufacturing for diverse industries, and first-class logistics network are what sets it apart from the competition. But no matter how sophisticated the manufacturing industry may be, it can be challenging for a company to navigate this process successfully without the support coming from China's mega trade shows. China Import and Export Fair, also known as the Canton Fair, is held biannually every spring and fall for 65 years in Guangzhou, southern China, with close proximity to Hong Kong, only 1 hour by bullet train, thus making it very convenient to participate in Hong Kong trade fairs. What's going on? I guess you are okay. Okay. Canton Fair is a trade show with a long history. Furthermore, over 200,000 global buyers participate in the fair year after year. Center, PDC, part of the Canton Fair, was launched in 2011, aiming to provide an efficient service platform for
Think
technical difficulties. That's because we're not in China. Wouldn't have happened there. Canton Fair product design
They won't be able to hear him though.
Problem. So go ahead, you're fine. Just take the.
Yeah, okay. No? Yes, maybe. Void is coming. That's really me.
Lonnie, are we going out of order?
No, we are not out of order. Doesn't matter. Okay, where were we? Welcome to the Canton Fair. Canton Fair Product Design and Trade Promotion Center, PDC, part of the Canton Fair, was launched in 2011, aiming to provide an efficient service platform for cooperation between overseas enterprises and Chinese manufacturers, as well as Chinese buyers. By organizing exhibitions, design forums, matchmaking meetings, fashion shows during the Canton Fair Fashion Week, third phase of the fair, promotion displays, as well as full booths for participating foreign brands, PDC serves as a direct and efficient bridge between the foreign exhibitors and Chinese and international buyers. PDC is encouraging brands that would like to license their products in China to participate in their organized events. Categories include apparel, gifts, seasonal items, toys, luggage, sporting goods, cosmetics, home goods, and many, many more. I've been part of the Canton Fair team since its inception in 2011, working with them in the US as well as at the fair for the benefit of the international business community. I started in the apparel industry some 35 years ago, manufacturing exclusively in China. During my extensive travels throughout the country to source and produce all types of goods for my US clients, I was privileged to discover the incredible history, the culture and natural beauty of China. I had the opportunity to visit some great archaeological sites, like the terracotta soldiers in Xi'an, the Great Wall of China in Beijing, magnificent Buddhist caves of Dunhuang, and many more. Actually, at the Mogao Caves at Dunhuang, for the past 7 years, I've been conducting research on foreign merchants on the ancient Silk Road, as depicted on the murals painted so magnificently on the caves' walls. As a merchant myself in the 20th and 21st century, I appreciate even more seeing those that traveled before me the same roads over 2,000 years ago. Of course, it's easier by plane and bullet trains than by camel. A VR project that I'm involved with was developed by Greg Downing, that's in the audience. And if anyone is interested here, he's here to share after the event. Greg, I think you are up there. Anybody wants to talk to Greg? He did a magnificent job on the VR project with the case. Understanding the historical and cultural part of China played an important part in my ultimate understanding of their way of doing business and communicating with foreigners. In the same token, I discovered the new face of China, the incredible business opportunities, the friendly and accommodating China. Sourcing at major trade shows in the mainland and Hong Kong greatly enhanced my ability to locate the best factories for my clients. My trade missions to China opened the door for companies without prior international experience to start businesses and prosper there. I constantly strive to develop relations and trade events in China for the benefit of US companies. I can credit Canton Fair for my longevity and success in business for all these years. The ability to source just about any product that a client would give me at one time or another in bringing quality products back to the US could not have been achieved without participating in this fair twice a year, year after year. There was no single time that I had a product request from a client that I was not able to find at the Canton Fair. And I can tell you that at times I had some very difficult product requests. Not only that I found those products, but I was able to compare quality, prices, minimums, and most importantly, the reliability of a particular factory. It doesn't matter. Even so, with all my experience, there were times when a factory would not perform. Under any other circumstances, one would have little recourse with the Chinese factory unless the factory was part of the Canton Fair. Any issue the Canton Fair complaints department would take care of. At the times, factories were prohibited from future shows if they would not resolve dispute with a foreign client. No Chinese factory is willing to lose the booth at the Canton Fair, thus a resolution to a dispute is achieved. I can tell you all this from my personal experience as I faced those situations in the past, and that's why I encourage anyone asking me about China sourcing in general to go to the Canton Fair. The management stands by the factories allowed into the fair, by the foreign buyers sourcing at the fair. Always keep in mind that providing adequate documentation is very important in any dispute and even more important in China. There is always talk about IP protection, and we all know that is a serious issue. Once again, Canton Fair cracks down very hard on any factory or agent, big or small, that will bring fake merchandise to the fair or displays licensed products without the approval of the foreign licensor. With this said, companies should have confidence when exhibiting at the fair or allowing factories to produce their private labels or brands. Of course, trademark registration is as good of an idea in China as it is in the US. My long-time consulting relations with the Canton Fair gave me the opportunity to work with their management, and in particular with the International Buyers Department and PDC Product and Development Center of the Canton Fair and Canton Fair Fashion Week, in developing the international markets, as well as bringing the Canton Fair Fashion Week to a wider international audience. By creating different programs at the fair, targeting international buyers, organizing fashion shows and evening events, assisting buyers with matchmaking opportunities, and informing them of future events is only part of the efforts to make this mega trade show even better. On the other hand, we are facilitating international brands that want to open or expand their markets in China or into any other of the 200 plus countries that visit the fair with prime food locations at greatly discounted prices, marketing tools, and matchmaking meetings with local and international buyers. The International Pavilion is set up during phase 1, 2, and 3, and is specifically reserved for enterprises looking to showcase or expand their business footprint in China. I have another short video of one of the fashion shows during the Canton Fair. No, a fashion show. Yeah, that's one. Yeah. Sorry.
You need to escape. You need to hit escape. Did you hit escape? There you go. Okay. And go down to the down here. Yeah. Go ahead. Open that one up. Hit that one. Okay. We're gonna stop to share at the moment. Okay. And then hit escape. Right here. Escape. Minimize. Okay. And then you should be able to, I don't know why it's not projecting. It's stuck. It's not projecting. This is sure. Okay. Let's go ahead and why is that stuck up there? I'm not sure why that is. Why is that stuck up there? That's a question.
Why did he put it in there in the first place?
I'm not sure, but we're gonna get out of this.
That's not the fashion.
It is. It's not projecting for some reason.
Well, okay, forget about it.
Okay. I think it's F4. Huh. Okay. This is an interesting situation.
That's not.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm not sure why it's stuck.
Well, we had a short fashion show. I know there are some people that they want to see the fashion show, but for some reason, the small US business administration is interfering with my fashion shows.
It's projecting, but we can't control it from the top.
We cannot take a video of the Canton Fair or the.
It's stuck on the projection.
This one?
Yeah. It's not projecting.
This meeting is being recorded.
Why don't we take a 5-minute break and take questions?
Take a 5-minute break.
5-minute break.
5 minutes.
Okay. A break is requested. Have some coffee, pastries.
Yes.
Mingle. A mini break.
Yes. Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay, let's get in. I know. It's okay. We're going to correct it.
Let me.
Okay. The projection is the problem. Let me see.
How come this stuff? Do you see someone is screen sharing?
Yeah, somebody is screen sharing, and that's a problem. So
Somebody is screen sharing. Yes. From the Zoom.
remote.
No, that's what I'm trying to figure.
I don't know how that is stuck in there. It's really odd. Why that? How do we? Let's share screen. It's still sharing, but it's not sharing on that.
We are choosing the audience for this. Forget about it.
Yeah.
Forget about it.
So we cannot turn off that. I don't know.
Why did he load it in the first place?
He
Because
didn't. He
this
didn't
one-
load it.
So how,
He didn't load
so
it.
how did he get here?
I don't know, but
That's not what's showing on here. I'm
it's
sorry.
not what's
Yeah.
showing. Yeah.
You're making me nervous here about it.
No, because your stuff, I don't know how it.
So we
deviates
don't
with
want that,
everything.
right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we
No.
don't want
That's
that.
me.
So it's
I know that's
it's
your,
what
you know.
happened.
Yeah, escape. That's what.
Here, let's So remember you put the speaker on down there?
Okay,
If you could
cancel
turn
it,
that
cancel
off.
it. I don't want it. It's
okay,
because
we hear
because
you.
people are leaving it like
Yeah.
I don't want to
Yeah.
do this anymore. Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Marisana,
No, she had to go. Somebody else is going to speak for her. She had
It
to
is
fly
a
to New York.
PowerPoint.
The boss sent her to New York last night, unexpectedly. So it's somebody else. Okay.
There's none.
Okay, forget it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jacob had to leave to go to the dentist. He just wanted to say that he had to go to the dentist.
Punch him in the face and would have taken the pain away.
Are you being hacked by the U.S. government?
No.
There it is. There it is.
No, this is me just like resetting this.
Okay, resetting this.
Yeah, okay.
that's fine.
All right.
That's good.
Okay, we are back.
Okay.
The video has been.
Which one? This one?
The Canton Fair fashion week. No, that's the Canton Fair. The other one. There's another one. I think. Yeah. Yeah, that's the Canton Fair. That's it. Yeah. Okay. Okay, we are back. Please sit down. Take it back to the beginning. The video is good. The music is good. Bring it
We
back
had
to the
a
beginning.
police emergency. There was a gunman. We couldn't leave.
That's okay.
Yeah.
You are after me. Okay. Does he have sound also?
So
They
No sound?
no. She put sound on, right? The other lady asked for sound off. Now it's sound off. Sorry.
Oh, it's her table.
Yeah, you have the table. I put a note on that. The last table. People put coffee on it or something. Okay.
Okay, hold on. 1 minute.
Okay. All right. Okay, go ahead, Bonnie.
No, because now the sound doesn't work.
Oh, the
So
sound
she has to put the sound on.
Oh, she has to do that.
Oh, 就好啦。我嗯。
可以了，谢谢谢谢。
Okay, please sit down. The video is on.
You want to stop?
Yes. Yeah, please sit down. A 2-minute video created a 15 minutes delay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, we can start the video.
She puts on pause.
It's a tough job, but somebody has to do it, and I have to help them organize this fashion show. Not easy getting good models.
No. Not yet.
But it's a pleasure.
Not yet. Long order.
Okay, the second mega fair held in Shanghai, called the CIIE, as Claire mentioned, was established in 2018 and is the largest fair of its kind for international companies that want to open China markets for their products or expanding it. The fair is open to all types of consumer goods, services, logistics, social media, transportation, car manufacturing, medicine, agriculture, hotels, construction, manufacturing equipment, and so much more. Any industry imaginable is part of the CIIE. I took part in the first and second fairs, but due to COVID, I was not able to go since. This year, after the Canton Fair, I'll surely participate. It's hard to picture the magnitude of the convention center that is divided into 6 parts, each with its own building. The merchandising of industries is done to perfection, therefore navigating the fair is seamless and easy for everyone to find the industry of choice. I covered the entire fair for the duration so I can learn as much as possible in order to share my experience and knowledge with potential US exhibitors. Major companies like Ford, GM, UPS, Microsoft, etc. took huge spaces in the past years and hope more will do the same in the future. For more details on the Canton Fair or the 6th China International Import Expo that will take place in Shanghai immediately following the Canton Fair, please visit their websites listed on the conference registration form or by contacting me. Thank you very much for listening and for the interruption.
Thank you, Brady. Now I would like to invite Abigail Flores, Trade Program Manager of the Port of Los Angeles.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm Abigail Flores. I'm a trade program manager with the Trade Development Division at the Port of Los Angeles. Today's program, we were supposed to have our division director speak today, but unfortunately she was called away by our executive director to attend another special meeting. But we're happy to be here, so you have me. We are very happy to be here to sponsor this event to promote trade between our two countries. I have brought today a very special video to share. I hope you all enjoy it. And is it on here, Vladdy?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay. Let me grab that. I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't have it prepared. I had sent it.
Which one?
Do you have your email?
No, I never got that.
Oh no, I sent
I
it. Just
sent it to Cherry.
Cherry, yes.
Yeah, where's Cherry?
I sent it to Cherry. Sorry. Is Cherry here?
Yes, please. Sherry?
Well, while they're doing that, just a little background on our division. Our division, we are tasked to operate a wonderful program called Trade Connect. It is a educational outreach program. And basically what we do is we help small to medium sized businesses, to connect with any export opportunities overseas. And we do that too by providing free educational seminars. Sorry. Free educational seminars, and we welcome everyone to attend. Mhm. We welcome everyone to attend. The more the merrier. Sorry. I had just sent it. I think it was to your Gmail.
Yes, but I have to go on my Gmail.
Okay. All right.
It's okay.
So as I was saying, there are free educational seminars, and it's welcome to all. The more the merrier. We love to have people attend, as well as, okay.
Big ship. Goods enter the elementary gateway. It's that efficient. In ourselves. Significant coverage requires the more skilled, efficient, to Los Angeles. The Port of Los Angeles is we're here to business meeting. That's all.
Thank you. We do have a table here. We'd like you to come visit myself, and also I have another team member, Maria Velasco, and we have brought gift bags as a token of our appreciation. So we would enjoy, talking one-on-one, and if you have any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Abigail. Now I'd like to invite cross-border payments and pay into China with Xyla, Jeff Williamson, International Business Development and Group.
Okay. All right, let me go ahead and load up the presentation here. And voila. I'm sticking with some of the simple stuff today. Okay, I don't need that. Okay, so first of all, thank you, Vladi, for inviting us to join this event and share with you some of the exciting developments that are out there on the global marketplace. The thing that comes to mind is micro multinationals. You've probably heard this term, right? So there's around 30,000 or so multinationals, what we consider large MNCs that operate around the world. And they're still trying to define what micro multinationals are. What are they? Well, they are small companies who are doing business across borders. They're distributing their work. They're distributing their marketing, their product development, their sales, their financial transactions. It is possible to distribute things around the world because of technology. And according to some statistics I recently read, there are approximately 600,000, now don't write this down because nobody knows. There are over 600,000 companies, according to them, in the United States who generate some of their revenue from overseas, okay? It could be two people, but they're operating in two different parts of the world. And the reason why this is very interesting is because when you go to the hospital and have a test done, if, oftentimes those tests can be immediately transmitted overseas. Somebody will do the evaluation. read the test results, send them back, and in particular things like radiology and other things like that. Your mortgages are processed overseas half the time. Your information technologies supporting your website and doing all these things are produced using multiple countries at the same time. And so this is a large group of companies, individual small companies that are making sort of the fabric of globalization work. Now, when I was running the trade program for the state of California for about 15 years, in the past 10 years, since around 2012 to 2022, we would survey all the companies we work with. There was over 1,000 survey respondents. And we always ask, like, what is your major challenge? And most of the companies will say, okay, 60% of the responses could be classified. And it was an open question. 60% of those companies mentioned marketing was a big challenge. We have solutions for marketing, okay? We have e-commerce. We have the ability to use TikTok and Facebook and everything else to promote our goods and services in many different parts of the world. Another 20% of the issues were logistics, okay? So on the logistics realm, you can track where your product is going, where it's coming from, when it's going to arrive at any moment. But another 20%, as you can imagine, was on the financial side. Didn't have enough money, cash flow issues and other things. But the question here is, can you always find out where your money is? On a Thursday afternoon, which, what is it? This afternoon, if you try to send a wire transfer to a supplier in China, it may not get there until next week, okay? So there's a lot of opportunities in the financial sector using financial technologies to accelerate cash flow, to increase the capabilities of these small businesses to do business in multiple markets at the same time. One of their biggest challenges is when they come and even set up a business here in the United States, one of the biggest challenges is actually opening a bank account. Opening a bank account. That is a big challenge. And we deal with a lot of small, micro multinationals. So I'd like to share with you our latest service, which is Xyla. It's a B2B platform for facilitating exporting and importing around the world. And Xyla is brought to you by the Ant Group. And that's who I work for. I want to introduce my colleague and the head of our B2B division for North America, Barry Yao. You stand up, Barry, and say hello. Thank you. You are probably most familiar with Ant Group through our product called Alipay. It is one of the most used e-wallets in the world. And that is obviously for transactions between individuals. It's transactions between individuals and companies. It is one of the leading payment systems that is used in China and other parts of the world, including when Chinese tourists come here, they can use Alipay to pay for goods and services. And since the pandemic, something interesting for those of you who are traveling to China, previously you could not use the payment functions on an e-wallet in China unless you had a Chinese telephone number. And so now what's happened is open it up so you can use an Alipay, Tencent Pay, many different payment system by just simply binding your credit card or your debit card. And that's something you're probably going to want to do is just go ahead and load that up. It's really easy to do. Download the app, load that up. And if you're going to be going to China with Lottie, for example, you'll be able to pay for your taxi, your hotel, a whole bunch of different things. But Ant Group is not only providing the payments capabilities for individuals, we also do it for businesses. And the interesting thing about that is that we have a global network of services offered in the United Kingdom, Europe, China, Southeast Asia, and now the United States. We can facilitate business-to-business transactions. Over 200,000 customers around the world, which brings a tremendous amount of benefits to companies who work with us, because we are now working with companies on the other side. As Lottie mentioned, you start talking to maybe a supplier in China. Well, what do you know about them? What do you know? You see the product, you collect a card. Well, for a lot of these companies that use World First, which is our B2B banking service outside of the United States, they've already done the customer evaluation. They're using our product. So, it's yet another way to evaluate the due diligence on doing business with customers around the world, right? So you have not only people on Alibaba, in global sources and other things, but you have the ability, working with us to at least get the attention of vetted providers and sellers. Our main, ambition here is to help all consumers and small businesses to have equal access to financial and other services through what we call financial technologies. Okay. So as I mentioned about these micro multinationals, how do the small companies survive? Well, one of them is adaptability, right? One is adaptability, and the other one is speed, being nimble and quick, right? And so that's what we offer, the ability for companies to expand their capabilities by being able to process and send payments very quickly. And on the adaptability side, we allow them to be present in multiple markets at the same time. Now, how does this work? So if they're sitting in America and they open a Zyla account, they may have, let's say, customers in Canada and potentially suppliers in Canada. So if they want to collect money from a Canadian customer, they obviously can collect money into the account. They bring it into US dollars, and then they have suppliers in Canada. Then they have to turn around and send the money back into Canada. What does this do? There's a lot of time delay. One. So speed becomes a problem. Cash flow becomes a problem. And cost, because they're paying FX in two different directions, coming in and going out. So we offer a multi-currency account that allows companies to do a couple of things. One is to manage their cash flow better. The other thing is that it enables them to use a natural hedge on the currency. Finally, currencies are becoming a big issue in the minds of Americans. Before, many people didn't think about it, but now with all of these really significant fluctuations between the dollar, the yen, the renminbi, the euro, the pound, and everything else, now all of a sudden American companies are paying attention to this, and they're thinking, how much am I paying for my foreign exchange? This is a significant cost issue. So what Zyla does is we enable companies to take advantage of the speed of paying suppliers. Now, I mentioned we have a global network between Zyla and World First, and we have the ability to use this global liquidity platform to affect cross-border payments in a matter of seconds. Remember, I talked about sending something out on Thursday. The recipient gets it on Monday or Tuesday. Vladi's shipment from China is coming in late. He's unhappy about that. Well, this can happen potentially in seconds, because if we have folks that are using the ANT platform, both in the US and abroad, they have the ability to execute trades and payments in literally seconds over the weekend. This saves time, this saves money, and this is really important for small businesses. This is typically who we serve. We serve the marketplace sellers, That's Amazon, Walmart, Tmall, Lazada, eBay, you name it. And so companies that are selling on marketplaces can settle their funds into our account. They can choose to have our account to settle their funds, and that means collecting money from multiple different currencies all into one place. We do a lot of work with overseas Chinese-owned businesses. Many of you are probably active in those areas. And one of the key things that we offer is pay into China function. This is rather unique, and there's very few that can offer this service, where we are able to pay directly to a supplier in Chinese yuan or renminbi, directly in renminbi. It's a very complicated process because we're dealing with a controlled currency, but we're able to do it by aligning all of our technology to ensure that we're making all the proper reporting requirements and other things to be able to speed this transaction. It takes out a couple of steps. We can also pay into the Alipay wallet, which, as you know, there's probably 1 billion users in China using Alipay wallet. This enables providers of services to be able to collect funds into their direct e-wallet instead of having to go through a bank and transfer in and out other times. And then, of course, the larger B2B small business exporters and importers. Literally anybody can use a fintech service like ours to pay suppliers around the world, literally anywhere in the world, collect from marketplaces, do mass payouts for companies that are in the information technology sector. They may have a lot of contractors in other parts of the world, and so they may need to pay salaries or payout for services that are rendered to support all of the internet technologies and information technologies that are out there. Okay, and this is a look at our product portfolio. As I mentioned, we have collection. We have the ability to pay literally anywhere in the world, including pay into CNY. We have the ability to hold 10 different currencies in this account. So this is something that's rather unique, is the ability to do your own exchange and decide where you want to hold your funds and how you want to collect them. And then, of course, there's things like multi-user management, where you can automate, delegate, and make sure that you have proper management controls in place. So there's one additional thing that I wanted to share, and that is that, globalization is really about connecting people around the world to enjoy the benefits of new and exciting products and services and opportunities. Essentially, we all of us are in the business of connecting people and opportunities through trade. We know that everybody is very comfortable with being able to reach people around the world using their marketing message through various platforms. They can see where their products are at any given time in the supply chain, and now you can see where your money is. That's what we're here to do. Well, not the only thing, but it's a very important thing to know where the money is. And so that's really what we're after. I think you're going to see a lot of exciting developments in fintech technology that are going to enable you to manage cash better as an individual, but we want to be able to bring this to the business community as well. And I just want to share our mission here at Ant Group is to make doing business anywhere easier. And thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you, Jeff. Now I'd like to invite Global Chamber Doug Rumke, CEO and founder of Global Chamber.
Thank you very much. I am Doug Brunke, the founder and CEO of Global Chamber. I'd like to start by thanking Vladi Kornatianu for not just today, but for his lifetime of leadership and trade, and also so many decades of work between the US and China and trade globally. He's an author too. He's a book author, multiple books. How many books have you written? Who's counting? There are amazing books about Dracula and the Silk Road and greater things maybe even than what we're talking about today. And that's one of the great things about the Global Tribe. You know, each of you have other things that you're doing as well, but there's few things as important as trade because it brings us together. Thank you, Commercial Consul Zhang, for your presentation today and your leadership. Thank you, Jeff, for your presentation and the mission. Then was it the mission or the vision of the company for Ant Group? Could you say that one again?
Yeah, the mission is to help businesses do business anywhere easier.
Is that great or what? So that was my vision as the founder of Global Chamber. Before it was alive, I was driving between San Diego and Phoenix. And I'd had a little bit of a bad experience with a group that I thought could pull things together in San Diego globally to do exactly that. And I was frustrated and thinking, wouldn't it be cool if there was a global chamber? Not a local chamber. Every chamber we know is local. There's 35 chambers of commerce in Phoenix, Arizona. Every single one of them is local. Phoenix, Surprise, Mesa, Chandler. How interesting is that? I mean, we should be a member of our local chamber to support the local business. But what we do typically as business people is we trade across cities, not just within Chandler, Arizona, but between the region and San Diego, where I was at the time, or LA, or Shanghai, or Paris, or Tokyo, or anywhere. So that's what I wanted, but I recognized it was kind of a crazy idea to have a global chamber because you have to have people around the world. And what my vision was if I could find people better and smarter than me everywhere, that would be a really cool network to be part of. So by the time I got to Phoenix, has anybody ever driven across the desert to Phoenix? Anybody besides me? Oh, a few of you, okay. So there's not much there, is there? It's pretty empty. So I had a lot of time of straight driving to think about this. And by the time I got to Phoenix, which sounds like a song, right? By the time I got to someplace, was that a Glenn Campbell song or something? I don't know. But by the time I got to Phoenix, I had decided I was going to do this. And so that was about 8 years ago. And lo and behold, the Global Chamber got formed. And now we're in over 400 cities around the world and over 150 countries. And by the end of next year, we'll be in 195 countries and 525 metro cities around the world to facilitate trade, transparency, and trust across borders, because it's a good thing. There's not just prosperity that happens, but when we do that, now we're talking to each other instead of yelling at each other and all the other things that politicians and other folks get involved with. They have their own thing. But if we're trading and we're business people, we just want to do business with another person, no matter where they are. So I think we as traders, as business people, have maybe a responsibility, those of us that understand how important business is, not just to do it, but to tell those other people that, look, don't get in the way. At least don't get in the way. And ideally help us with transparency, with trust, with opening borders, with protecting intellectual property, by opening the doors that allow us to do trade across, because it not just helps business, but it helps communities and it helps us as a global community. So that's certainly the values that we have at Global Chamber. We happen to be headquartered at Thunderbird School of Global Management in Phoenix, Arizona, which they have 20 hub cities around the world, and they have quite a presence in China as well. So that all reinforces what we try to do, which is turns out to be the same mission that Jeff has with the Ent Group, doing business anywhere. Why not? One of the things about that is that it takes, and Jeff, you talked about this really well, about relationships and connections. So my own personal connections to the People's Republic of China actually go back 105 years. So how does that happen? Do I look 105?
You're aging well.
I'm aging well. Thank you very much. You're very kind.
You must have read my Dracula book.
Yes, I'm as long as the sunshine doesn't come on me, I'm okay. So 36 years ago with the DuPont company, I started I'm a chemical engineer, and I was going to clean up the world with sustainability issues and things like that. But then I discovered global. And the guy who was doing the Teflon business in Asia retired, and nobody wanted his job because they didn't want to travel. And I was a 28-year-old engineer, and I raised my hand and they said no. And I kept raising my hand for several weeks and several months. And finally they said, okay, but the people in Asia didn't want me because I was too young. I did have a little bit of gray hair, I will say. And in fact, somebody came over from Asia and in the front seat told my boss, Ann Zaragoza, a Hispanic lady, and my manager, he told her that he's too young, he can't have this job. Well, her boss was an African American. And so I think those two combined to basically advocate for this young engineer to do it. So that started my career. So my first trip was 36 and a half years ago to South Korea. And that's when I discovered this is my calling. I'm a global guy. And then the next year I went to Beijing. So this is how my 105 years with the People's Republic of China goes. So I ended up being selected to talk to the automotive industry of China, which we thought was kind of funny because like automotive industry in China, does that even exist? 35 years ago. At that time, there were a few bicycles in Beijing, like many bicycles. So I went to actually stayed at the Great Wall Sheraton, which opened in 1985, as I understand. So it was fairly new. And I started the morning by blowing up my electric razor because of the voltage difference. So I was, a young kid. I didn't know. So lo and behold. So I didn't have a shave that morning. So we go to the building, and I had a stack of transparencies. Remember transparencies? Who remembers transparencies? Probably some of you don't even know what those are. So it's clear things to be able to do a presentation. So guess what was going on in Beijing in those days? Rolling blackouts. So in the morning, there was no power. So there I was, 300 automotive engineers from all over China, 28-year-old engineer in front of them with no power, with a stack of transparencies. 3-hour presentation. So the reason why my experience with the People's Republic of China goes back 105 years is that the only reason a 28-year-old engineer would get 300 engineers in the audience is because DuPont was in China in 1917. They had established operations there, probably with gunpowder, but other materials. DuPont was a gunpowder, and back in that time, DuPont was kind of it in industry. They ran General Motors, PRS DuPont. It was a big company, and they were present in China. So they have a very long relationship there. And so my relationship then leveraged that relationship. I don't know who the leaders of China and the US were at that time. It kind of doesn't matter. The business was happening. The relationship was established so that a young 28-year-old, not very knowledgeable yet engineer could get 300 people in 1988 to show up at a Beijing presentation. That's the power of relationships that Jeff talked about. So no matter who the leader is, no matter what's going on, we've got to do trade. We've got to attend the Canton Fair. We've got to do CIIE, because in the history of life, in the history of business, in the history of the world, this is going to continue. The opportunities are there for business to continue. And so I didn't understand all of that then, and all I was really at that point just trying to survive. Fortunately, I brought some parts, gaskets and nylon and other parts that DuPont had. So I had automotive parts, and so I kind of talked through and had conversations, and people asked questions, and somehow after 2 hours, the power did come on, so I did have a chance to show some things. And then at the end of the 3 hours, they took me to dinner later. So I did survive. So it was a lot of fun, and it was a life experience, but it did show me that the power of relationships from dating back from 1917 moving forward. Global Chamber goes through what Jeff talked about, to be able to do business anywhere through our chapters. And we make connections around the world. And so Vladi is a great example of that. When the Canton Fair came to LA a few years ago, they had reached out to Global Chamber, and we were already supporting them in multiple cities. And they wanted to see a variety of people in LA. And Vladi is kind of the Canton Fair guy, maybe around the world, but certainly in LA. And so they wanted to see the mayor's office. They wanted to see the port. They wanted to see the convention center. And so basically it was a Global Chamber entourage with the Canton Fair, but Vladi was the chief instigator and leader of all of that. And I remember one thing about that trip, besides Vladi's leadership, was when we were in the LA Convention Center, there was one guy writing some things down. And he said, oh, by the way, this convention center, it's very large. However, you could fit 10 of these in the Canton Fair. So it's just like, okay, I now have a visual image. The Canton Fair is pretty big. And so these are, I think, part of the reasons why we should be considering connecting, not just to the CIIE, but to the Canton Fair and continuing to do business. I think then I'm pretty much just wanted to just say a few words and recognize Vladi's leadership, and also thank everybody for giving Global Chamber the opportunity to speak today. Just as far as takeaways, I would say business is good, global is good, trade is good. You know, the Canton Fair and CIIE are good, and those are very valid and very important opportunities for businesses to succeed, whether the people in this room or people on the Zoom call. I encourage all of you to learn more about it. I also want to just say that, you know, it takes a village to be successful in global business. We need to be collaborating. We need to be working together. And so I encourage you to not just go to these trips, but if you have interest in doing more business in China, whether it's in some of our chapters there, like in Hong Kong or Beijing or Shanghai, or Chengdu is actually a chapter for Global Chamber as well, because it happens to be a sister city with Phoenix, Arizona. There's a long relationship, one of the longest sister city relationships that Phoenix has. And so because I was kind of coming at it from that direction, that helped us connect in there. We also have our Northern Colorado global advisor had spent 25 years in China, and he spent a lot of years in Harbin. And so that's also another key city for Global Chamber in China. So I encourage you to learn more about China, more about these events, more about Global Chamber, and I'm happy to help. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Doug. Now I'd like to invite Office of International Trade, Martin Salander, Export Manager.
This is going to be right there. Okay, thank you.
Jeff, thanks for your help there.
Oh, no worries.
Tech guy.
Okay.
Just what I need here.
We're going to
Need a little support here, Jeff.
Okay.
That was interesting.
It was. Okay.
Thanks for your help there. Jeff, hello, good morning, everybody. Hi, I'm Martin Sealander from the United States Small Business Administration from our International Trade Office in Orange County. Delighted to be here with you this morning. Thank you so much for having me. Glad I appreciate the invitation. Glad you invited me to talk a little bit about our SBA export financing assistance. And I know our time is brief here, so apologies in advance. I might go a little quickly. I do have a few slides, but I know we're short on time. However, if anyone has questions, I'd be delighted to speak with you further after class here.
Go ahead, hit that.
So thank you, Jeff. All right, I think I got it.
Sorry, you got it? Okay.
We got it, thanks. So, okay, here's the most important slide I can show you. Here's my contact information. Again, please come and see me afterward or give me a call, send me an email. Again, I'm in our office in Orange County. I also have a colleague, my friend Pelson works here in Los Angeles. He's not here with us this morning. Both of us work for the SBA Office of International Trade to promote and support and coordinate our export financing assistance products. We both work in the offices of the U.S. Export Assistance Center, which very briefly is a partnership of 3 different federal government agencies. Our lead agency there, the United States Department of Commerce Commercial Service, which is an agency that provides more support in regard to export marketing and promotion support services. They have offices in about 100 cities in the U.S., 70 offices around the world, including 5 in China, in Beijing, Guangzhou, Wuhan, Shenyang, and of course Shanghai. And so they provide support for to help American companies to break into new markets, identify new potential partners overseas. They coordinate a lot of international trade shows, trade missions. They have a lot of marketing, statistical data and analysis, market research, market intelligence sources available to assist companies to expand their export opportunities. Our other partner, our friends from the United States Export-Import Bank, they, like SBA, they have some working capital and finance tools to assist exporters. Their main focus, or their main product at the Export-Import Bank, which they promote, is their commercial export credit insurance policy programs, which is an insurance policy that an American exporter can avail themselves of to insure foreign accounts receivable. So to allow an American exporter to ship on very attractive, competitive, open account terms to a foreign buyer, rather than requesting cash in advance, rather than requesting a letter of credit, and extend terms to a foreign company 30, 60, 90 days. And then the exporter can mitigate their risk by insuring that foreign receivable in the event the foreign buyer were to default, or there's a currency meltdown or war or something like that overseas, then the exporter would be able to make a claim on their insurance policy. And then third partner at the Export Assistance Center, yours truly here at Small Business Administration. So last year we financed almost $600 million of support to assist American exporters through 3 of our federal guarantee loan programs. And again, we are a U.S. federal government agency. We're not a bank. We don't compete with banks. We don't have any money. All of our loan programs are coordinated through our loan guarantee authority, which means we work in partnership with participating banks. We provide our federal guarantee on the bank loan, the bank credit line made to the small business. So essentially, really, the bank is really our customer, although we're certainly delighted to meet with and work with and support small businesses, absolutely. But there's nothing we can do. We can't provide any financing until there's a bank on board in the process, willing to support you, willing to submit an application to us on your behalf. And again, we provide a guarantee on the loan. So in the event, heaven forbid, in the future, if you were to default on the loan, heaven forbid, or your company went out of business, or you took the money and ran away to a Caribbean island, which did happen to one of my loans, then SBA would step in, take over the loan, and pay off the lender. Most of our programs are designed to support domestic-related businesses, but we do have a very small international trade office, about 20 finance managers around the country. I'm one of them, and we have 3 programs to support and assist exporters. And then special information at the end, we also have grant assistance to help exporters. So I'll talk briefly about that. And Vade, I know we're short on time here, so we're going to try and keep it really quick. First, our working capital loan program provides up to a maximum $5 million of support. This is a program to provide very short-term purchase order type financing support to help an exporter to fulfill terms and conditions of an export contract, export purchase order, export letter of credit that you've received from a foreign buyer. So you've got an order in hand, but you need cash to perform. You need cash to pay for labor, materials, inventory, pay your vendors, pay your suppliers, pay for shipping costs. So we can potentially step in with short-term financing, collateralized essentially by that contract, so that you've got cash and you're able to perform, ship your product, and then when payment is remitted from the foreign buyer, that immediately comes back to us and to the bank to retire the loan and pay down the advance, and of course you keep the profit. To skip ahead, the most important point I would say here, this program, again, it's very user-friendly in terms of collateral. So we're not looking to tie up all your business assets. The contract itself, your performance on that contract really essentially is our collateral for this loan. So companies that may not have a lot of assets, don't have a lot of collateral available, or maybe your collateral is being used to support other financing vehicles, that's very typical, and we're easily able to work around that. And forgive me, I'm going to skip ahead here. I know we're short on time, but I'll jump ahead here to our second program, our Express Loan program. This is designed to provide financing for much smaller requests. I mentioned $5 million was our maximum for the working capital. This program limited only to $500,000. However, the trade-off there is we call it Express because it has a much more rapid, streamlined application process, pretty much paperless. We very minimal SBA application forms. Pretty much everything is done online. The other key benefit here is this program is very flexible in regard to use of proceeds. So we can finance pretty much any business need that you might have as an exporter, as long as we have some justification. Somehow that money is going to be used to assist and support your international trade related efforts. So it's not specifically a short-term export contract, but it could be set up for long-term working capital, acquisition of maybe machinery or equipment that you're going to be using in the day-to-day operation of your business, even real estate to build or construct or acquire real estate. Again, $500,000 is our maximum. It doesn't buy a lot around here, but it is potentially eligible. Most common, though, we see this facility used quite frequently as a revolving credit line to support export development. So we see a lot of loans approved, short-term revolving credit lines that a company might use for export promotion activities. So, for example, working capital to help to pay your costs associated maybe to attend the Canton Fair or CIE or any other international trade show, trade mission, airfare, hotel, overseas travel expense, any marketing and promotion costs for a translation of your company literature, translate your company website, or working with our friends from the U.S. Department of Commerce Commercial Service I mentioned earlier. Some of their services, they do charge a small fee. All right, and again, apologies for going quickly. Last program, our international trade loan. This is a program for supporting long-term financing requests up to $5 million. So long-term loan, like your home loan, your home mortgage, your car loan, the fixed set monthly payment. Most typically, we'd see this used for a company acquiring real estate, building a factory, buying a warehouse, or buying heavy fixed assets, again, machinery, equipment that you're going to be using in the day-to-day capacity of your business to support and to grow your export sales. Quick comment regarding indirect exporters are those companies that are maybe in the supply chain. You're not necessarily directly exporting your product, but you're in the supply chain, you're selling your product to an American company that's using those parts or raw materials, maybe they're manufacturing a finished product, and then they export it. If we can follow that transaction and justify that you are in the supply chain, you're considered an indirect exporter and eligible for financing under any of these three programs. Okay, and then last, so those are our lending programs. About 11 years ago, the SBA, one more minute here, Vlade. SBA introduced our grant assistance program. Free money, not a loan. Is anybody interested, or can I stop? Okay, STEP grant, State Trade Expansion Program. And we're just getting ready to start our 11th year with the STEP program. So SBA has allocated grant funding to the 50 states, or all 50 states that are interested to apply for it. I think we have 48 or 49 this year. And so the federal government yields authority to the state governments to manage the funding. And my good friend Jeff here mentioned he, for 15 years, worked for the California government, so he's going to help me out here, or correct me if I'm wrong, please. I'm going to lean on Jeff. The federal government year begins October 1 in just a week. California has received $700,000 of support. So this grant money used to assist eligible small businesses with offset for their costs specifically related to export promotion, market development. We have I have the website here, did I lose it? The California state government, pardon me, I don't have the website. Well, there's our SBA. If you go to SBA.gov International, there'll be a link. The California Governor's Office of Business and Economic Development has set up a very user-friendly portal where you can actually apply right online for the grant. They have designated a handful of international trade shows around the world that the state of California is particularly specifically promoting, where they will have a California pavilion, right, Jeff?
That's right.
Where you can reserve a booth at this California pavilion. However, if you are interested in a trade show that is not one of those hand-selected ones, there still would be an opportunity for you to request funding to assist that. Or it wouldn't even necessarily have to be a trade show. You can use the money for eligible other expenses, again, to support your marketing and promotion, website optimization, search engine optimization, translation of any of your product materials, a subscription to international databases, paying insurance premiums for U.S. export-import credit insurance. So there's a wide variety of expenses that can be supported. Every state has a lot of autonomy to kind of run the program. California is limiting the grant amount to $10,000. Is that right, Jeff? Thank you.
I thought it was 25, no?
Oh, it was 25.
I thought it was 25.
Pretty sure
It's 10,000.
Sorry about it.
It's 10,000.
Sorry.
Okay.
They want to help as many businesses. We want to help as many businesses as we can. So some states limit it only to 5,000. Jeff, did you have a comment, please?
Sure.
Thank you, Jeff.
So you saw the date that October 1st, that's the beginning of the fiscal year. And when I was running the program, we were offering only up to $2,500, and it got filled up very quickly. With $10,000, I would make sure on October 1st you submit your application. So think about what you want to do, check out the website, and get it in as soon as possible.
All good advice.
If anyone wants this video presentation, can email me and I'll forward this one or any other.
Great. Okay. So, and again, thank you, Lottie. There's this is sorry. I thought I had the link. Here's our link. Go there or send me an email or call me, and I will send you the link if you want to review the website. Okay. Sorry, we're a little over time here. So thank you for your interest, and I will hand it back to Vlade or to introduce the next speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Martin. Now I'd like to invite a representative from China Southern Airlines to come up.
Thanks, Dave.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen, and my name is Jerry, and I'm from China Southern Airlines North America, and it's my honor to be invited here to introduce the China Southern Airlines. After today, I'm sure a lot of you will be attending the Canton Fair, the China #1 fair that holds in Canton on the end of on the October and the first week of the November. And as a carrier, we are offering the direct flight to Guangzhou, and which earns us the right to share all of you our products. And also at the end of the presentation, and we will be running a raffle, and we are offering a round trip ticket from Los Angeles to Guangzhou. So here are a few facts that you might be interested in us. We have 3 different gateways for North America directly into Guangzhou, China. When we operate 4 flights weekly from Los Angeles to Canton, and you can be extended to our very extensive network within China and around Asia. The convenient time schedule takes you to Canton at 5:40 a.m. and you can pretty much go anywhere or connect to any flights after landing. Now, allow me to show you a video of the introduction about us.
有一种起航创造幸福，有一种飞翔成就梦想，是熟悉，也是温暖，是过程，也是回忆。有爱，用心，我们并肩启程。作为全球前列的航空公司，中国南方航空承载着责任与使命，引领着潮流与风范。每一天，我们以真诚和微笑陪伴您开启全新的旅程。无论是梦想的远方，还是思念的故乡，您的心之所向，就是我们航行的方向。南航始终用心守护，为您架起与世界相遇的空中桥梁。 持续保持中国民航最好的安全记录。这背后是11万南航人精益求精、严谨用心。细致入微的检修，完善严格的飞行员培养体系，高效的运行系统，保障您安心准点抵达。亲和、精细，做最懂你的航空公司，是我们孜孜以求的目标。每一次亲切的沟通，每一个目光的交汇，每一份爱心的传递，每一个记忆的瞬间，我们致力于满足您的需求和期待，更希望成为您一生的伙伴。记录沿途的风景，分享相聚的喜悦。南航的飞行里程将我们紧紧连在一起，让精彩时刻相伴。绿色飞行，与您共享，跨越山海，用爱飞翔。让我们为您成就美好，让我们一起实现梦想，创造未来。中国南方航空。
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for your time of learning about us. And do not hesitate to go on our website and visit us as we're currently running a promotion for the Canton Fairs. Find out more about us, and we look forward to serving you on your next flights. And now my colleague will join one lucky card for the winning.
Well, I hope if I pick my own card, it's not predestined. All right. Yeah, drum roll.
Wow.
It's a very thick card.
Oh.
What's that R&D incentive?
The winner will be Nicholas Lin from R&D Incentive Group. Congratulations.
What a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Do we need to take a picture?
Yeah,
speech. You need a speech. So would you mind?
Yeah, no, not at all.
What an honor, pleasure. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
We'll see you at the Canton Fair. You have to register though.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you for that presentation. Now I'll have Lottie join us to go ahead and answer any questions you guys may have.
Yeah, any questions? About any programs, about the trip to China? Obviously, everybody else will have to pay for the flight, but they are not terribly expensive. So if there are not further questions, we shall conclude. So I'd like to thank the speakers for sharing their expertise when it comes to business in general and China import and export in particular. As a regular participant in the trade shows there, I would encourage anyone to join me on my next trip to the Canton Fair and CIAE. So please talk to me at the conclusion of the conference. Once again, I'd like to thank our sponsors, the Port of Los Angeles, Connect, Zyda Alipay, China Southern Airlines, and our supporters, Bank of China, Global Chamber, and the Chinese Consulate. I'd like to thank again my co-host, Claire Zhao of the City of Shanghai Business Office in Los Angeles. This concludes our event, and please feel free to mingle. I'm sure we're out of coffee, but please stick around.
Thank you. And validations, if people did not validate, there is a machine in the back. Thank you so much.
Thanks for all your help. That was a bit of a challenge.
Yeah.
Technology is always there. Okay, great job.
Oh, hi. Frank Zagar.
Oh, hi.
Lottie for years.
Oh, okay, great.
With respect to
Sure.
Okay. It's upside down.
I can't go anywhere.
Sure. How does your organization?
Well, we don't offer although we have yeah, but I don't know if we're going to provide that type of service in the future.
What happens legal venue wise if something goes upside down in a transaction?
Well, that's an interesting question because a lot of the companies they sell on marketplace. So the venue, they sell on marketplace. So like Amazon or
Alibaba, your parent.
and so what happens is that and I have to first ran into issues. The venue is where the service is.
Okay, all right, understood.
That's the actual legal venue, where if it's on an e-commerce. So I think it depends, like what kind of transaction. It sounds like you're in the manufacturing environment or importing.
We supply products.
Oh, you
To the outside of the.
Yeah, that is. Oh, I love that green glass you use over there. They used to use a lot of green.
Oh yeah, that's because
block out the sunlight.
it has iron in it.
Yeah.
It's actually, the reason for the green and the iron is to lower the temperature of the boat lines from 1900 degrees to 1500 degrees. So the energy is significant. Is the advantages there. However,
but I mean, I think for us, we can handle like smaller shipments, but there's not really an equivalent replacement for it. Because of what you said, controlling the production, controlling the time on the plant. Those are things that are pretty exclusive to letters of credit.
Well, in the letter of credit, our bank guarantees the payment to us. And then they go through correspondent banking to assure the payment to the seller.
Yeah, so you get a confirmed.
Right.
When you get a letter of credit, you want a confirmation.
It's with that's the paper trail that you were talking about. Yeah. In an e-commerce, where you're selling on Alibaba or you're selling on, any of the websites, okay, that's, but
that's not your business.
No, it's not our business. But again, to facilitate the use of transference of funds. You have a great idea. It's just that we would need to have some legal venue or recourse both ways established that would put some confidence into the middle there.
They do have, when you work with Alibaba, if you were to choose a supplier on their network, they do have the trade insurance.
Yeah.
So there's several layers of insurances. I mean, our insurance that we offer, number one, any money that goes in our account, 100% above everything. So if somebody throws $1 million, we're gonna nothing happen with that. The other assurances, I think, for us really are about security. Like all of our transactions are highly secure. We're very. What makes my job we got to send them all sorts of screens, to get into our system. So it's very safe. But I'm gonna think about that, that's a great question, because for the B2B side, you guys can continuous flow material, high predictive, you need to have everything sort of posted. When it goes through the whole system, and I would like to think about how we might fit into that, without the banking side.
Well, I was just gonna say, right now, would be a because as long as that correspondent bank is set up, everything to facilitate things also happen. Paperwork, paperwork stream, assurances. So,
I'll send you more information.
I've always been interested in it, and especially from the standpoint of the central bank digital currencies. It's expanding more broadly all the time, which is going, your type of facilitating is going to be right there.
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple of things that are going on, because you mentioned, like, we already have a huge digital presence. I mean, most of the money transfers that's the FX, and that's kind of where I think you could potentially,